You're watching Thunder Down Under. I am Sushant Mehta. All eyes on Virat Kohli and Team India as their performance in Australia will tell us a lot about where they stand, what chances they have to actually lift that T20 World Cup next year. So 2021 is crucial for India as far as T20 contests are concerned. We will get you the lowdown on the big game tomorrow. It is a preview here on India Today, Thunder Down Under, with Sunil Gavaskar and Boria Majumdar, our guests on the show tonight. Let's start. India may have lost the one-day international series to Australia, but the victory in the final ODI has given them some confidence going into the T20 series. The first match of the series will be played at the same venue in Canberra, and India will fancy their chances, having got their performance and balance right in the last one-day international.
As they've been caught in front, and yes, it's been given.
India finally have a victory under their belt. That win did not just give them their first win on the tour of Australia, it also ended a 7-match losing streak across formats.
Cleaned him up. Was looking for wickets. Maxwell.
It's a long tour and the challenge only increases from here on. Despite losing the ODIs 1-2, India heads into the T20I series with momentum and the confidence of having won their last game at the same venue in Canberra.
They're deciding to go with Natarajan, and back-to-back wickets for India. Ashton would have been the man to see Australia through, and he perishes.
But what India would need is to figure out the balance of their playing 11. KL Rahul, Shikhar Dhawan and Mayank Agarwal are the options for Virat to open with, and most likely he would go with a left-right option, leaving Mayank out. The last two T20I contests of the 3-match series clashed with the first 3-day warm-up game, which means some of the regulars will skip the T20s.
Oh dear, at the leading edge, and that's gone for 6.
The likes of Sanju Samson and Manish Pandey, who didn't get a game in the ODIs, are likely to be seen in the T20 internationals. In the bowling department, India have quite a few options. T20 specialists Deepak Chahar and Washington Sundar are there, and left-arm seamer T. Natarajan is expected to be rewarded as well. Bumrah and Shami could be rested before they test themselves in the warm-up game ahead of the big-ticket test series. Despite the focus on the test series, Virat would prefer to head into the longer format with a series win, but Aussies will not let that happen so easily.
50 for Virat Kohli.
Sports Bureau, India Today.
They're extraordinary numbers for an extraordinary player.
Right, let's begin with the greatest of all time, Mr. Sunil Gavaskar. Sunny bhai, firstly, a lot of momentum India would have gained. Oh, okay, we lost the one-day international series, but we have the momentum by winning that last one-day international. Now, do you see any bowling changes? What should be our bowling attack for the T20s?
I think the confidence level will be very, very high. It's so important for a team to win a game. If they had lost the series 3-0, the confidence would have been rock bottom. There would be a lot of soul searching to be done. And there might have been a lot of tinkering done, which actually doesn't always help. What they did was just the right thing. They changed their bowling attack a little bit. And that bowling attack was very, very effective. Natarajan on his debut bowled well. Then Kuldeep also bowled exceptionally well. Bumrah came in and bowled well. So all of them bowled well. The standout and the pick of the bowlers was Shardul Thakur, because he not only bowled economically, but he also picked wickets. So which means that if the same kind of attack goes into the T20s, then we have a very good chance of trying to restrict the Australian to a reasonable score.
Boria, now you've convinced me that this is a 6-match white ball series. So, okay, we've lost 2 matches, we won 1 and 3 T20s to go. This is not going to be easy for either team. Not easy for India, not easy for Australia. You have India ahead in the T20s because Warner is not there. But let's start with the bowling. You told me they might rest Bumrah and Shami both. So what's your bowling attack for the first T20?
I said they will rest or should rest both from the second game starting December 6th because the tour game for the test match starts. So if you want to give them a game, it's tomorrow. Give it to them, let them give you a 1-0 up, make it 2-all in the 6-match series according to me, and then you might want to rest them come Sunday. My bowling attack for tomorrow, I would have gone with Mohammad Shami, Jasprit Bumrah, one between Natarajan and Shardul Thakur, because if you see Shardul Thakur's Chennai record, he
pick one, Boria, pick one. Thakur, I know it's tough, okay. Thakur or Natarajan?
Natarajan, only because he's left armer, but I've got no problems if India goes Thakur. Only because he's left armer. And the Yorkers, okay? Among the spinners, I would definitely go with one wicket taker in Chahal / Kuldeep, either maybe Chahal because it's T20. So Chahal has done a better T20 record. And the last spot for me has to go to Ravindra Jadeja ahead of Washington Sundar because of Ravindra Jadeja's improved batting. That is the reason I would go with Ravindra Jadeja. And I'm hoping that Hardik Pandya will give me 2 overs. No more, but 2 overs. If he gives me 2 overs, I have that balance in my attack that among my 5, I've got to share 18, which is good enough.
He is still a little bit wary of bowling, but Sunny Bhai, tell me this, even though India won that last one-day international, dare I say, Australia might just start favourites, or would you agree with me that they would start favourites in the T20s as well?
Having won the one-day series, yes, they will start as the favourites because their confidence also will be sky high. And this is such a game of confidence, the game of cricket, that once you feel that you've got the rhythm, then you feel that things are going to fall into place. So clearly, I think Australia will certainly start as the favourites, and the home team always start as the favourites. You know, the home conditions, everything works in their favour.
Boria, any news on your friend David Warner?
Yeah, he's definitely not playing the 3 T20s. He's gone from the T20I series. I know he's recuperating for Adelaide, but I have my doubts. So, I mean, Sunny Bhai said Australia start favourites. I don't think so. I think without David Warner, without Patrick Cummins, who's been rested, it's not the same team. Mitchell Starc has had a niggle. He's not played T20 cricket recently. I don't think Australia start favourites in the T20 series in any sense. Because if you see that team, without Warner at the top, without Pat Cummins, without Mitchell Starc, who still continues to have a niggle, he might play tomorrow. But without Pat Cummins, it's a different side. If you take 2 of their 3 players out, now, I mean, again, Sushant, get me a wicket up front, and then I want to see Steve Smith come and bat like the way he did in the first 2. I don't think he can. And he's a better 50-over player, test player, than a T20 player. He's not the same T20 player. Never has been. That is why Kohli is the better of the 2 in all formats.
Right.
I don't think Australia start favourites in India.
Right. Okay, Sunny Bhai. Now, Hardik Pandya, 90 in the first game, 92 not out in the last one international that he played. We won that match. So, he's not just a pinch hitter or a finisher anymore. He's shown great game sense, great maturity. Could India promote Hardik Pandya in the batting order?
Because he's batted exceptionally well. I would be thinking of having him bat at number 5, if not earlier, depending on the situation, so that he can get to bat at least 6 to 7 overs, if not more. The way he's been batting, the way he's been smashing the ball, the way he's built his innings even in limited overs cricket, in the 50 overs format, the maturity that he showed. He wasn't trying to smash every ball out of the ground. He was looking to play along the ground. He ran very well between the wickets. That was the standout thing, the running between the wickets between Jadeja and Hardik Pandya. With Kohli, it's always outstanding because it's such a fast runner. But this one also, this partnership also stole the second run when often it looked like the second run wasn't going to be possible. And that actually made the difference in the final one there. So this kind of running, aggressive running between the wickets, putting pressure on the opposition fielders is certainly what will help. And Hardik Pandya, he's been in prime form, and therefore he needs to bat as high as possible.
Right, stay with me, Sunny Bhai and Boria. Well, Ravindra Jadeja came up with an incredible show with the bat alongside Hardik Pandya to stage a remarkable comeback for India in the last game. It was a difficult stage when Jadeja joined Pandya, with India reeling at 152 for 2, and the 2 took India to 302 for 5. Yes, well, don't you just love Yuzvendra Chahal? Well, talking about India's batting now, Ravindra Jadeja, Hardik Pandya, exceptionally good in the last game. Virat Kohli as solid as ever. KL Rahul has to do better. Shreyas Iyer has to do much better. Shikhar Dhawan too. We are depending on him to get us that flying start in the T20 international. So, Sunny Bhai, according to you, the batting order for India in the first T20 game against Australia tomorrow.
Well, let me tell you what my top 5 is, and that is very simple. Rahul, with the kind of form that he was in, the highest scorer in the IPL, with the orange cap, he would be opening the batting with Shikhar Dhawan, who scored 2 back-to-back hundreds in the IPL. And this format seems to be one made for Shikhar Dhawan. So they would be my openers. Virat at number 3. Number 4 would be Shreyas Iyer. And number 5 would be Hardik Pandya. But if needed, if it's a question of Hardik Pandya coming, if 2 wickets are down in the 13th over and India has got off to a good start, then certainly for the last 7 overs, I would push Hardik Pandya ahead of Shreyas Iyer because of the kind of form he's been in. Shreyas hasn't quite got the runs in these 3 matches, so I would maybe look at putting him down. But if you lose 2 wickets pretty early in the first maybe 10 overs, then Shreyas at number 4 and Hardik at number 5.
Yes, well, it's time for a short break now, but when we return, we'll get you a little scoop. Australia's plan about how to go about getting Virat Kohli, the king, out. Welcome back. You're watching Thunder Down Under. I am Sushant Mehta. For all these months, Adam Zampa was considered to be a threat to Virat Kohli with his leg spinners. But Josh Hazlewood ended Zampa's reign over Virat with 3 dismissals of the Indian captain in as many matches of the one-day international series. Here's how the 2 Aussies are adjusting to this shift. Have a look at this. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with India's win over Australia in the first T20 international. Thanks for watching and goodbye.
We'll soon find out.
Good. Well, there's a chance. Lynn, he looked to his right. He didn't want it at first, but he gets it. Oh, does it get any bigger? Kohli goes.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.